so glad to bring together you guys and Gretchen Peters tonight at Tales from the Sky.
We're so glad to be back. I get lost in my hometown since they tore the drive-in down. I find myself all turned around. I get lost in my hometown. I'm getting hard to recognize. They say the mirror never lies. I still got my mama's eyes, but I'm getting hard to recognize. There's a picture on the wall. We got married in the fall. I don't know those kids at all, but there's a picture on the wall. The years go by like days, sometimes the days go by like years, and I don't know which one I hate the most. At this same old kitchen table, in the same old busted chair, I'm drinking coffee and arguing with ghosts, arguing with ghosts. I light one cigarette a day. I watch it burn and I walk away. Whisper smoke in your old ashtray. I light one cigarette a day. The years go by like days, sometimes the days go by like years, and I don't know which one I hate the most. At this same old kitchen table, in the same old busted chair, I'm drinking coffee and arguing with ghosts, arguing with ghosts. I get lost in my hometown since they tore the drive-in down. I find myself all turned around. I get lost in my hometown. My name is Corley. I just turned 12 years old. There's something wrong with me. That's what the doctor told my mama on a rainy Kansas night when I was born. My mama cursed the doctor, and the doctor cursed the storm. And my daddy took the bus to Arkansas, one way from Wichita. Well, I may not know too much, I may not be too smart. There may be something wrong with my head, but not my heart. I got a little sister, and she's not dumb like me. And I don't want her seeing things she don't need to see, like some of the things I saw that night in Wichita. No, 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 no. Sleeps a lot, she leaves the TV on. You bring some groceries by, take anything you want. You took it from my mama, now you're taking it from me. But you touch my little sister, mister, then you're gonna see there's worse things than running from the law here in Wichita. Called the cops and told them what she did, but who's gonna listen to a story from a stupid kid? Mama always told me, if you want something done, you do it for yourself. And so I loaded up her gun, and I was steady on the draw that night in Wichita. Yeah, I hope I was the last thing that you saw that night in Wichita. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no.
Thank you. That's Barry Walsh on the piano, by the way.
You guys have been hammering it hard on the road this year.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, kind of recount the year for us a little bit?
Ooh.
Well, the touring part started after the record came out in mid-May. We started in England and did a month-long UK tour all over the UK, and then came back home. And we have a band over there, a couple of Irish guys from Belfast that are great musicians that play with us, and a tour manager and a whole organization. So we did the month-long tour, and then came back, and then did some dates in the States. But then 3 weeks later, went back to Scotland and did a one-off festival with a string quartet. And then we split it up the night, and we did half the night with just the two of us, and then the second half with the string quartet.
Wow.
And it was phenomenal. I mean,
Wow.
it was a
It's
performance.
so
It
good
was
that
a-
we're doing a string quartet tour in the UK next year.
So we had, it was in a concert hall. In fact, I was telling Henry, Graham Nash played there 2 nights before. Rodney played the night before. So we were there rehearsing with the string quartet. So every night we'd go see the acts that were playing in this place. And then we were playing there. It was like an 1,100 seat concert hall in Perth,
Wow.
in Scotland. And it went over really well. So that's why we're doing the
That's
tour.
so cool.
And then we came back for 3 more weeks and then went back for another month
Wow.
in Europe.
Went back for
Yeah.
another month. Yeah, that time
Wow.
it was England, and then a week in England, then Germany, Holland, back to Scotland, Ireland, and then our first gig in France. We played a club in Paris, just the 2 of us.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the last time that we were here at Tales from the Tavern was when I had released an album called Hello Cruel World in 2012. So I have a lot of catching up to do. I have a lot of new songs to play for you. But this one was on that album, and I bet you we played this song here that night. And I'm going to tell you a secret, but you have to promise not to tell. But I just found out that Trisha Yearwood recorded this song. I know. I mean, a songwriter can only ask that one of the greatest singers on the planet record their song, right? That's about all you can ask for. I threw a rose to the Matador, not sure who I was cheering for. My aim was true, my heart was full. I loved the fighter and the bull. I love like only a woman can, a very complicated man. I bound his wounds, I heard his cries. I gave him truth, I told him lies. His rage is made of many things: faithless women, wedding rings, snakes and snails and alcohol, his daddy's fist thrown through the wall. Oh, but he's beautiful when he's in the ring. The devil howls, the angels sing. Sparks fly from his fingertips, and words like birds fly from his lips. Some man is lying in the dirt, some woman's crying that he's hurt. He's not alive without the thrill, without the dance, without the kill. The lights go down, the people roar, they're cheering on the Matador. And this is how the story goes. I knew it when I threw the rose. I come to each and every show, the woman in the second row. I watch them in their ancient dance, and I know I never stood a chance. 'Cause while other demons prance and clown, it's vanity that takes you down. I thought that I could be the one, but I'm just another hanger-on. Some man is bleeding in the dirt, some woman's crying that she's hurt.
are we without the thrill, without the dance, without the kill? And he is bull and matador, and I'm the mother and the whore, and this is how the story goes. I knew it when I threw the roll. I threw a rose to the matador, not sure who I was cheering for. My aim was true, my heart was full. I loved the fighter and the bull.
Thank you. That song,
Can I tell my story
Yes.
about Matador?
yes,
Yeah.
actually do. Yeah.
She was in Florida at the little place we have on the Gulf down there writing, and she'd been down there for about 5 days struggling, and so
It's always a struggle.
Always a struggle.
Right.
So she sent me a work tape. She emailed me a song. She said, "I don't really know about this. What do you think about this?" You know, and it's always that thing, having doubts about the songs. And so she sent me the Matador, and I listened to it.
Well,
And then
I sent it and I didn't get a response.
Well,
and
the reason she didn't get a response was because I listened to it, and then I listened to it again, and then I listened to it a third time, just to make sure. And then I wrote her back and I said, "I think this is probably one of the best songs you've ever written." And I still think that.
Meanwhile, while I wasn't hearing back, I was going, "Oh God, it sucks. I know it sucks."
He hates it.
Can you recall any of the, headspace or events or anything that put you into that song?
Well, the thing about that song was it was so metaphorical that it was kind of hard. It's like on the surface, it's about a woman and a matador, but it's really about art and men and women and all these things, and it felt very big. And sometimes when you're writing a song that has that feeling of something really monumental, and you really, really want to get it right, and yet you feel it's kind of bigger than you, and it's kind of like, am I going to be able to rope this steer?
Right. Right.
And that was the way that song was for me, because I felt like, I think I'm trying to say something about art here. And those are just really hard to pull off. Well, I have a new record out. It's called Dancing with the Beast. It's been out 4 or 5 months now. I started writing it on the day after Election Day, 2016. So leave it up to you to figure out who the Beast is. I meet them in the truck stops, I meet them in the bars, I meet them in the parking lots, and I slip into their cars. They come and put their money down, they come and place their bets. I swallow their indifference, but I choke on my regrets.
Sometimes they ask me questions, sometimes they treat me nice. You don't know what you'll get until you roll the dice. You're a loser or a winner here, predator or prey. Still not sure which one I am or how I got this way. And it's hard to hear the angels over the diesel song, but I know they're out there singing, and I'll know them when they come. And I'll rise above the neon of this trailer park and fly like a truck stop angel with an arrow through my heart. There's a big sky up above me, there's a wasteland down below, there's a long black snake of highway, take you where you wanna go. One day I'm gonna leave here, gonna hit my lucky streak, gonna spread my gorgeous wings and fly above all this concrete. 'Cause it's hard to hear the angel over the diesel song, but I know they're out there singing, and I'll know them when they come. And I'll rise above and beyond of this trailer park and fly like a truck stop angel with an arrow through my heart.
Thank you.
You said you went down there and it was a real struggle. Is that struggle enjoyable to you?
No, it's not. I really find writing excruciating. What artists are fighting is resistance. They throw up resistance, and writers do this in a million ways, and I struggle with the resistance of it. Once I'm in the flow, I'm okay, but it may take, you know...
Can you imagine yourself not having that, not having that in your life, that struggle, or?
Well, no, because I'm not very happy without it. That's the problem. That's kind of the conundrum. And I hope to God maybe when I'm 80 it doesn't feel that way. But
Yeah.
I think it's just.
But it'd be cool if it was.
Well, I think it's just innate.
I spend a lot of time here in the lowlands, mostly keeping to myself. I made a few new friends here in the lowlands, but no one that I really I just turn out the lights and lock the doors. Goddamn, it sure got quiet on the high road as it led us straight down into hell. I don't know nobody feeling hopeful. I don't know a soul who's sleeping well. And the TV, it just lies to keep you watching. Politician lies to get your vote. But a man who lies just for the sake of lying will sell you kerosene and call it hope. Your losses, pull in your reins and try to make it through. I don't think anybody knows just what the cost is. I don't think anybody knows just what to do. Me, I'm thankful for this work that keeps me honest. My hands get dirty, but my soul stays clean. 'Cause the blinding of the wheel will make you crazy. I don't want no part of that machine. So I spend a lot of time here in the lowlands. Me and all my friends were making do. We get a lot of clouds here in the lowlands, but now and then a little light gets through.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys.
Are there times when you don't get feedback, but you've got something that to you, you're like, this is really good?
Yeah, if you have a strong feeling in your gut about something and you don't get reinforcement for it, but it's still there, your feeling is like, I will fight for this line or this song, that you can take to the bank.
Right.
Whether or not you get the feedback for it. And I've had those kinds of songs too where I just knew that there was something there and maybe it hasn't hit somebody else the same way. I trust that as much as I trust anything. I mean, all a writer really ever has is their gut. I did this song, I recorded this song on the Hello Cruel World album with a duet partner who actually happened to be the preacher who married Barry and me in 2010. He's a great singer-songwriter by the name of Rodney Crowell, who has a paper from the internet that says he can marry people. We're not really sure if it's legal, but really, who cares, you know? He made a great duet partner. He is one of my songwriting heroes from way, way, way back. I started singing Rodney's songs in the bars in Colorado to a lot of people that weren't listening nearly as closely as you guys are for a long time. Anyway, but don't tell Rodney, but I'm going to sing it with my favorite duet partner tonight. This is Dark Angel. 2, 3, 4. I got no use for harps and wings. I got no time for foolish things. There is no heaven, there is no hell. There's only you, my dark angel. Your bleeding heart, your pilgrim soul, your wounded eyes that take their toll, your ragged voice like a broken bell against the noise, my dark angel. And if there is no hereafter, oh, and there is only life is still a beautiful disaster.
Oh, but we both know that, my dear.
So let the curtain rise, let the great world spin. If it's all for show, let the show begin. Everybody's got something to sell, except for me and you, my dark angel. There is no hell,
There is no heaven,
there is no hell,
no, there is no hell.
there's only you, my dark angel. There's only you,
There's only you,
my dark angel. Thank you. All right, I got another request. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I'm doing all the requests, so I'm going to do this one. Oh, we didn't even try this in sound check. So, Bear, I'm going to be on the piano now. Surprise! Bet you weren't expecting that. Oh dear, okay. This is an old song of mine. I wrote it, I guess it was probably 1993 or 92 or 93. And it's had a long and weird history. It's not a song about America. It's not a patriotic song. It's a metaphor for something else. It's a song about domestic abuse, actually. It's about a family. And somehow along the way, after I wrote it, and then after it was recorded by Martina McBride, and after it became a big hit, at some point along the way, it was appropriated by people that, at the time, I thought just didn't actually listen to the words and just listen to the chorus. One time I was talking about this at a gig, after a gig, and there was the guy that came into the club to clean up, you know, after everybody had left and everything. And he heard me talking about it, and he took me aside and he said, you know, some people just don't listen to the verses, they just listen to the chorus, you know. And I thought, boy, he's right about that. It came to a head when, during the 2008 election, I think it was 2008, Sarah Palin used this song to walk out on stage to. And that was the last straw for me, because the woman in this song would have been directly affected by all the things that she was espousing, and not in a good way. And I just thought, and also my husband Barry looked at me that night when we found out about it, and he said, you gotta get your song back. So, and make sure that people understand what it's really about. So I was promoting that Tom Russell album out, which was out at the time, and I had a publicist retained for a little while, and I said, what can I do about this? And she said, we thought about it, we put our heads together, and we decided that what I was going to do, this felt right to me, was to take the royalties from the song from that point to Election Day, which was a couple of months, and donate all the royalties to Planned Parenthood in Sarah Palin's name, which I did, which was immensely satisfying, way better, I think, than making some kind of whining about it in public, you know, just do something good with it. But the best part was it kind of went viral, and they raised $1 million in like 2 months. But the best part about it was, for every donation, apparently they deliver a thank you note. So you can just imagine the truckload of thank you notes. I just love the idea of that. Anyway, but I got my song back, and I think when I started playing it again, I started playing it like I'm going to do it for you guys, because it's not the way you're used to hearing it, and I think sometimes that makes us all listen to the lyrics of a song that we know really well all over again, and I'm hoping that that's the effect.
Well, she seemed alright by dawn's early light, though she looked a little worried and weak. She tried to pretend he wasn't drinking again, but Daddy left the proof on her cheek. And I was only 8 years old that summer, and I always seemed to be in the way. So I took myself down to the fair in town on Independence Day. Well, word gets around in a small, small town. They said he was a dangerous man. Mama was proud, she stood her ground, but she knew she was on the losing end. Some folks whispered, some just talked, but everybody looked the other way. And when time ran out, there was no one about on Independence Day. Let freedom ring, let the white dove sing. Well, she lit up the sky that 4th of July. By the time that the firemen come, they put out the flames, took down some names, and sent me to the county home. And I ain't saying it's right or it's wrong, but maybe it's the only way. You talk about your revolution, it's Independence Day. Let freedom ring, let the white dove sing, let the whole world know that today is a day of reckoning. Let the weak be strong, let the right be wrong. Roll the stone away, let the guilty pay. It's Independence Day. Roll the stone away. It's Independence Day. Roll the stone away.
Thank you. My first concert was the Grateful Dead. That is pretty awesome, really. I was, I don't even think I was even 14 yet. I think I was 13, and my mom had just moved to Boulder with me, and my next oldest sister was in college, her first year in college, and my mom said, I was miserable. I was living in Boulder. I didn't have any friends. I just moved, and my mom, I think to cheer us up, she bought us 2 tickets to the Grateful Dead at Folsom Field, having no idea what she'd just done. And boy, did my eyes get opened at that concert. I was like, this is for me.
Well, I used to be something back in my prime. Had myself a pretty good time. By the looks of me, you'd never know it today. Had a ring on my finger at 24. We had 40 good years, then 10 more. He got sick and he died on Christmas Day. Well, I lost 2 babies, kept 1 more. Lost him too when he went to war. And all his daddy could say is it'll make him a man. He did 2 tours of duty out in Iraq. He came home, but he didn't come back. And that's something that I'll never understand. Good things come, good things go. If it lifts you up, it'll lay you low. People leave and they don't come back. Life is a disappearing act. All kinds of women, all kinds of men. Ain't a lot that you can call friend. Most things don't turn out like you think. You can travel the world, you can sail the seas, you can yes sir, no sir, pretty please. Still you end up leave and they don't look back. Life is a disappearing act. Well, it's lonely inside this dark cocoon, and I'm wondering if Jesus is coming soon. And if he is, you better make it quick. 'Cause Jesus and me, we got us a deal. He does the miracles, I spin the wheel. But before I go, I got one last trick. Good things come, good things go. You'll be taking your vows before you know. People leave and they don't come back. Life is yeah. Good things come, good things go. If it lifts you up, it'll lay you low. People leave and they don't come back. This is my disappearing act. Yeah, this is my disappearing act.
Thank you. Another request. This one goes back a long, long way. Y'all had Jimmy LaFave here at this series, right? We miss Jimmy so much every day. I never heard a more original singer in my whole life than Jimmy LaFave. You can usually trace the DNA of any singer. You know, if you listen to them hard enough, you can figure out where they came from, where their influences were. Jimmy, I think, was dropped here from an alien spaceship. And we were lucky enough to have this time that we had with him up until we lost him last year. And I was lucky enough to be able to hear gloriously 2 of my songs in his voice. Really 2.5, because he cut a demo, a duet with me on the Blackbirds album. But this song was the first song of mine he ever recorded, and ever since I heard Jimmy sing it, I have referred to it as a Jimmy LaFave song that I just happened to write, because that's how much he owned it.
On a bus to St. Cloud, Minnesota, I thought I saw you there, with the snow falling down around you like a silent prayer. And once on a street in New York City, jazz and the sin in the air. And once on a cold LA freeway, going nowhere. And it's strange, but it's true. I was sure it was you, just a face in the crowd on a bus. to St. Cloud. In a church in downtown New Orleans, I got down on my knees and I prayed, and I wept in the arms of Jesus for the choice you made. We were just getting to the good part, just getting past the mystery. Oh, and it's just like you, it's just like you to disagree. And it's strange, but it's true. You just slipped out of view like a face in the crowd on a bus to St. Cloud. And you chase me like a shadow, and you haunt me like a ghost, and I hate you some, and I love you some, but I miss you most. On a bus to St. Cloud, Minnesota, I thought I saw you there, with the snow falling down around you like a silent
You know, the size of a venue that you play really, it's like it's another factor in what you can do in a show. I mean, if you're in a venue like this with a group of people, I feel like you can really invite them in because there's room for that. And even some of the venues that we play in the UK, we have to do more of a show.
Right.
You just have to, because the room demands it. The size of the room demands it. And I really enjoy both things, actually. I really enjoy when we go over there and we're like, okay, we plan out the show and it's got an arc and it's more staged and everything. But I really, really love being able to just be completely spontaneous.
Yeah.
Like we could here tonight, because so often the crowd has its own personality, and there were people here tonight who really wanted to hear certain songs and had requests, and that was really fun to do.
And this is like our tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
It's really much more than a commercial venture where you're just putting out the songs and you're getting money for that. This is a tribe.
Well, and we try
we're getting as much feedback from them. We're getting as love, and we're putting out whatever we put out, the art, and then getting this stuff back.
We try to put out cues, in our messages to people and stuff like that. Like, yes, come on, let's coalesce tribe.
Right.
We're gathering with tribe, and we all want to do that, and that's a powerful thing. And that's so. you know, we try and do that a lot in whether subtle or not so subtle ways. So,
Well, it's clear you do it because of who comes and
Yeah.
how it feels when you're in the room, and you know, it's like not unlike the, you know, I've got merch that says "Sad songs make me happy," and it came from a sort of a joke, but really I think it's true. There are the people who really believe music is a cathartic experience. And then there's those other people that think it's entertainment.
right.
And that's all it is. And I'm not
One
one
of
of those
those.
people. And the people we play for
Right.
aren't either.
Right.
And they really come wanting to have an emotional experience. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't mean always sad either. It's just
Oh, yeah.
emotional.
Yeah.
It can mean joy. I mean, one of the greatest practitioners of joy in music to me is Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And his songs can be incredibly sad too, but there's much joy in what he does
Yeah.
too. So it's-
Absolutely.
but it's emotion. Thank you guys so much for being with us tonight. It's been so great. I want to thank Ron and Carol Ann for just being. This has been such a great series to come back to. We always know we're going to have a wonderful crowd and a wonderful meal and good conversation and all the best stuff. And we just love coming back, and thank you very much on behalf of me and Barry Walsh.
And thank you, Bear, back there. Great sound tonight.
Yes. Thank you, Bear.
Ready?
There's a Bible on the table, there's a bottle on the shelf, there's a woman in the kitchen crying quietly to herself. Down the hallway in the bedroom, he can hear his children wail. When all you got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Well, he came home from the desert with a medal on his chest, like a hero, like a champion, but he felt just like a guest. Now he sleeps with one eye open, and he wakes up scared as hell. And all he's got is a hammer, and everything looks like a nail. They show you how to shoot, and they show you how to kill, but they don't show you this hole that you can't fill. So you dwell in the darkness of your soul, like Jonah in the belly of a whale. And all you got is a hammer, and everything looks like a nail. When a good man in a bad dream can't make it on his own, when he can't feed his own damn children on the money that he brings home, and the deck is stacked against him, and he knows he's bound to fail, and all he's got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Well, they show you how to shoot, and they show you how to kill, but they don't show you what to do with this hole that you can't fill. So you dwell in the darkness of your soul,
thing looks like an egg. Thank you so much, you guys. We've had an absolute blast. Give it up for Barry Walsh. This tour, particularly since this new album came out, the songs are heavy, and the characters in the songs are going through some real tough stuff. And it's felt to me like it's a real emotional ride for the audience. I mean, there are some nights when I can really feel, and I can even see it. Sometimes you'll see people crying, and so I was really cognizant of this idea of, if we're gonna go on this ride together, which I think, to me, that's like the most powerful thing music can do. So I'm all for it. But at the same time, I want to lift them gently up at the end. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And one of the ways to do that is with humor. And the other way, I think, is to do it with a song like Love That Makes a Cup of Tea, which is just kind of a gentle reminder that we can heal this whole thing ourselves, just by loving each other. Time for one more. You guys are just spoiling us. We don't want to leave. We are getting to do a really wonderful event a year from now. I know it's a long way off, but John Prine is doing his very own first festival in the Dominican Republic in November 2019. You can find out more about it at my website, but we opened some shows for John a while back, and I was really, John is an American treasure. He really is. He should be in the Smithsonian as far as I'm concerned. But I was really excited to open some shows for John because I knew that, among other things, that he likes to sing a song with his opening act during the show. And I have Angel from Montgomery in my DNA. I sang it so many times, and so I was really looking forward to singing Angel from Montgomery with the man that wrote it, and John decided we should do this one instead.
Well, she don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing them legs is funny. She turns down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go.
He ain't been late in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. Ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door ride. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
Guitar solo. Woo!
That's all I got.
Jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on scrambled eggs and swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go.
He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's howling at the moon. He's my baby, I don't mean maybe. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
Thank you so much for fitting this into your schedule, coming out to California, coming back to Tales from the Tavern. We were very looking forward to it, and it filled, it filled us up. And
Thank
stuff,
you.
So
Twist our arm,
Thanks.
we'll come back.
All right,
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ron.